There's a storm coming in Tampa, and it's not the weather, it's a rookie. A fearless young player who just walked into Buccaneers training camp and shook the entire defense and the coaching staff to its core. What you're about to hear will change how you see this team's future. The Bucs might have found their next star, and nobody saw it coming. Something is different at Buccaneers training camp this year. And no, it's not just the new playbook or updated uniforms. It's the fire, the energy, the urgency, and at the center of it all is a rookie. A rookie who wasn't supposed to make this much noise this early. That rookie is Benjamin Morrison, and right now, he's turning heads, earning respect, and making veteran coaches sit up straight. He came in like most rookies do, quiet, focused, expected to learn slowly. But from day one, Morrison has been anything but ordinary. He got tossed straight into first-team reps, where young players usually freeze up or just try to survive. Not Morrison. He thrived. He looked confident, calm, and completely ready. And this isn't just any camp praise. This is Todd Bowles, one of the toughest, no-nonsense coaches in the NFL, publicly praising a rookie. That just doesn't happen unless it's real, and Bowles has made it clear. Morrison belongs here. Last season, the Bucs' secondary had problems. Big ones. There were missed assignments, miscommunication, and breakdowns in coverage that cost the team crucial games. This offseason, the front office made it clear that weakness had to be fixed. And Morrison might be the answer sooner than expected. But here's what makes this story even bigger: the timing. With preseason games about to start and final roster decisions just around the corner, you need young players who can step up immediately. You need guys who don't panic when the game speeds up. Morrison is doing that already. He's not just filling a spot. He's giving the coaches hope. He's giving the locker room energy. And if this keeps up, he could give the Bucs defense something they didn't have last year, an edge. So here's the truth. Benjamin Morrison didn't wait to develop. He walked into camp like a pro, earned the trust of his coaches, and now he's forcing his way into the 2025 plans. This might be the start of something special. Bucs fans, let me hear from you. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you in Benjamin Morrison becoming a starter this year? Drop your score in the comments and tell me why. Let's see who's buying in early. Benjamin Morrison is not here to learn slowly. He's here to take over. Drafted 53rd overall out of Notre Dame, this young cornerback is already changing everything in Tampa Bay. Just a few weeks into training camp, Morrison is showing the fire, focus, and fearlessness that the Buccaneers desperately needed on defense. Let's not sugarcoat it. Last year, the Bucs' pass defense was a problem. It held them back from being truly elite. Opposing quarterbacks picked apart the secondary, and fans could feel it slipping away. So when Tampa used a second-round pick on Morrison, the message was loud and clear. This team was ready to fix it, and fast. But no one expected him to shine this early. Instead of easing into a backup role, Morrison jumped straight into first-team reps. And he didn't just hold his own, he owned the moment. Todd Bowles, a coach known for his brutal honesty and sky-high standards, didn't hesitate to praise him. And that says everything. Bowles doesn't hand out compliments. If he's talking, it's because a rookie earned it. This isn't just about physical talent. It's about mental strength. Morrison walked into a room full of NFL veterans, guys fighting for their own jobs, and didn't blink. That kind of confidence is rare. That's the stuff championship teams are built on. But just when this rookie story was stealing the spotlight in Tampa, another bombshell story exploded. One that goes way back in Buccaneers history, to a moment full of rage, betrayal, and one of the wildest fights in NFL memory. Let's rewind to the bitter rivalry between the Buccaneers and the Saints, a rivalry that's always been heated. But this story? This takes it behind the scenes, into the personal fallout that nobody ever saw coming. Because after years of war on the field, one of the Bucs' most famous former quarterbacks, Jameis Winston, joined the enemy. Yes, the New Orleans Saints. And what happened next proves that NFL grudges run deep. This wasn't just about football. This was personal. When Winston walked into that Saints locker room, he didn't just have to learn a new playbook. He had to face old enemies, players he once clashed with in full-on brawls. And the most famous clash of all? That 2017 sideline incident, when Winston poked Marshon Lattimore, leading to Mike Evans launching a blindside hit that caused an all-out melee. It was one of the most unforgettable fights in NFL history. And it didn't stay on the field. Years later, that moment still haunted relationships, especially between Winston and Lattimore. According to reports, it took 5 days of training camp before the two men could even start speaking. Michael Thomas himself confirmed, Latimore don't really like you like that. This is the side of the NFL fans rarely see, the emotions that don't end with the whistle. This is rivalry on a human level. Anger, respect, forgiveness, or lack of it. Winston's honesty about that chapter of his career gives us a deeper look into what players really go through. And for Buccaneers fans, it brings back a moment that defined an era of war with New Orleans, and how even years later, the scars are still healing. Bucs fans, how confident are you in Benjamin Morrison becoming a star in this secondary? And what's your take on Jameis Winston and that old Saints rivalry? Rate your confidence from 1 to 10 in the comments, and drop your boldest Bucs prediction while you're at it. This wasn't just football beef. This was personal. When Jameis Winston left Tampa Bay, the team he once led, and joined their bitter rivals in New Orleans, it created one of the most awkward, explosive situations we've ever seen in the NFL. Imagine going to work every day, beside someone you once fought on national TV. Imagine trying to build chemistry with a man who literally got blindsided defending himself from you. That's what Jameis and Marshon Lattimore went through. This wasn't about learning a playbook. This was about swallowing pride, rebuilding trust, and dealing with years of emotional scars. But while that story gives us drama from the past, something new is happening right now that could define the future of the Buccaneers. And it starts in the trenches. Tampa Bay's offensive line isn't just getting better, it's becoming something special. Call it bold, call it crazy, but inside that building, they believe this group can be one of the best in the NFL. And no, this isn't about hype or social media clips. This is about real chemistry, real grit, real growth. You've got linemen stepping into massive roles, responsibilities that would crush most young players. But instead of backing down, they're owning it, leading. They've been battle-tested, bruised, humbled. Now they're coming back with a mission: protect Baker. Run through anyone, win everything. And here's what makes it scary for the rest of the league. The confidence in Tampa Bay's camp right now? It's real. They're not just saying, we want to be good. They're saying, there's no reason we can't be the best defense in the NFL. You're seeing it in practice. Veterans are noticing it. Coaches are raving. Even the new offensive coordinator has unlocked something different: more energy, more creativity, more fire. When a unit like this starts believing they can dominate, when talent, chemistry, and coaching all click at the same time, that's when magical seasons are born. Now we want to hear from you, Bucs fans. How confident are you in this offensive line? Do you believe they can be elite this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments and rate your belief from 1 to 10. There's no reason we shouldn't be the best defense in the NFL. That came straight from Graham Barton, the second-year center who's quickly becoming the voice of this Buccaneers offense. And here's the thing. It's not just talk. Barton's confidence comes from what he sees in practice every single day. The communication? He says it's light years better than last year. The chemistry with Baker Mayfield? Locked in. The trust from his teammates? Total. Veterans like Cody Mauch are openly praising Barton, not just for his athletic ability, but for his leadership. Do you realize how rare that is for a second-year center? This is one of the hardest positions in football, and Barton isn't just surviving, he's commanding. And then there's the Josh Grizzard connection. The new offensive coordinator, also a Duke guy like Barton, has brought energy, creativity, and a hunger to win that this locker room loves. They call him a meathead in the best way possible. He's fiery, he's aggressive, and he's letting his players play. That bond between Grizzard and Barton? It's already paying off. When your center and your OC are completely in sync, it changes everything. Now look around this offense. Baker Mayfield isn't just back, he's the franchise guy now. You've got Chris Godwin, Trey Palmer, Bucky Irving turning heads. And that offensive line? It's finally coming together as one of the most dangerous units in the league. So when Barton sets the bar at best in the NFL, it doesn't sound crazy anymore. It sounds real. But here's the bigger question. Is the rest of the NFL even ready for this? Because while Barton's anchoring the offense, young studs like Benjamin Morrison are making noise on defense. And Jameis Winston's return? It's adding fuel to this team's fire with every headline. This isn't just hype. It's momentum. It's rookies stepping up, veterans speaking truth, and leaders like Barton planting the flag and saying, we're here to win it all. This 2025 Buccaneers squad, it's not rebuilding, it's rising. and the rest of the NFC better take notice. Bucks fans, do you believe this could be the best offense in football? Drop your boldest prediction below, and let's fire the cannons together. This team is coming for everything.